Breaking overnight, Jasper County deputies say a Hardeeville man is facing charges after a stolen property was found during a search. Investigators say 27-year-old Jose Moreno Herrera is charged after a June 10th search on Riley Road. Deputies say they found a stolen dump trailer, a tractor, an ATV, and a mower. Authorities say Moreno Herrera is charged with receiving stolen property valued at more than $10,000 and another charge for items valued between $2,000 and $10,000 as well. New this morning, a family is left grieving the life of their daughter and wife after she was killed just a few months ago in Jessup. Her loved ones are continuing to search for answers about what happened and who is responsible. WSAV's Isabella Baez has more from the family.
I want her case to become unsolved. It's a cold case because it shouldn't have to be and it don't have to be.
On March 27th, Jessup police officers were called to the Highway 27 and Highway 169 area in reference to a person in the roadway. That person, 23-year-old Micaiah Jackson.
She had been fussing with a person and they actually had got her to calm down, and she was supposed to stay at the girl's house and she was supposed to, sleep there.
Jackson's mother, Sharita Cortland, says Jackson was walking and leaving a friend's house while on the phone with her when it went silent. Her mother, living in Texas, her wife, Kayana Smith, stationed in New York, doing all they can to figure out what was going on.
She asked me to stay on the phone and I said, okay, I'll stay on the phone with you. Then she hung up on me and then that was it. And after that, I got a shot. The wife said that she was in one spot long.
According to the JPD, officers initially believed that Jackson was hit by a vehicle. However, upon further investigation, it was found that she sustained significant head trauma and believed to have been assaulted.
She was never hit by a car. From her injuries, she had severe head trauma, a broken socket, eye socket, and a broken nose. Micaiah, she's a tiny little thing. So if she did get hit by a car, she would have had bruises in other places like broken bones and anything like that.
Now her family says they are left with nothing but questions and memories.
I had 23 years with Micaiah, so it hurts more because every day I talk to my daughter. Every day. Now I can't talk to her.
She loved to dance. She loved music. She loved kids. And she loved animals. She was just very spiritual. She was just such a sweet person.
That was Isabella Baez reporting. This investigation remains active and anyone with information is asked to contact the Jessup Police Department at 912-427-1300. Some new developments this morning. We're getting our first look at the man accused in a Garden City shooting that left a woman fighting for her life. Police say 29-year-old Ryan Boyd shot the woman early Thursday morning. Investigators say officers were called to the Love's travel stop on Sunny Purdue Drive around 7 a.m. But the shooting itself happened about a mile away near the intersection of Old Louisville Road and Dean Forest Road. Boyd is now facing several charges, including aggravated assault, aggravated battery, and criminal property damage. Some new details are out about a man's death after a medical emergency at the Chatham County Detention Center. And there's a dispute over who had custody when it happened between Savannah Police and the Sheriff's Office. Savannah Police say body camera video shows Carlos Gutierrez was arrested November 18th on charges of criminal trespass and obstruction. Police say jail video shows him pushing toward a door before deputies took him to the ground. He was later cleared by a nurse for booking, but suffered medical emergency, was taken to a hospital, and died a week later. Police say officers completed intake and were told he had been accepted into the jail.
Notice false! Notice false! You accepted him or not?
Savannah police say their involvement ended at that moment, but a spokesperson with the Sheriff's Office told WSAV they have no record of Gutierrez being taken into custody and they don't have an intake of paperwork. An autopsy is being performed to determine the cause of death. Meanwhile, more than 7 months after a cyclist was killed in Effingham County, an arrest has now been made. The Sheriff's Office says 55-year-old Quinton White turned himself in yesterday. Investigators say the case comes from an October 2025 crash on Honey Ridge Road in Guyton, where a 58-year-old Franklin Ross was riding a three-wheeled bike when he was struck from behind by a pickup truck and killed. White is charged with vehicle homicide following too closely an improper passing of a cyclist. And a happy ending after days of searching in the marshes of Little Tybee Island. A dog that swam to the island following a house fire last weekend on neighboring Tybee Island has now been found safe after 6 days. Crews say the dog, known as Walker, was rescued last evening after an intensive multi-day search in the marsh near Little Tybee Island. Volunteers, drone operators, and boaters all worked together to track the dog through difficult terrain and changing tides. Search teams used thermal drones to monitor movement in the marsh, while boat crews and volunteers on foot closed in on his location. Now, according to those involved, the dog was safely secured with a rope and brought on board a boat before being placed into a crate. Once on shore, Walker was reunited with his owners on the beach, a moment they say they had been hoping for throughout the entire search. Walker is now being transported to an emergency veterinarian clinic to be checked for any injuries and dehydration after his time in the marsh. WSAV is your local election headquarters, and South Carolina voters will have a short early voting period next week ahead of the June 23rd runoff. Early voting is only open Wednesday, June 17th and Thursday, June 18th. Voting sites will be closed Friday for the Juneteenth holiday. And you can find more information on voting and candidates on our website. Just visit wsav.com/electionhq. Yesterday, WSAV marked Nexstar's 30th Founders Day by volunteering across the coastal empire and low country, including a stop at Oatland Island Wildlife Center with employability. Now, at the Oatland Island Wildlife Center, WSAV team members led tours, interacted with animals, and spent time with clients from employability. The Savannah-based organization is celebrating its 75th anniversary this year and provides services for more than 1,000 individuals with disabilities across the region. Now, WSAV also volunteered at Heroes on Horseback in Bluffton, helping maintain the facility by cleaning barns, trimming branches, and washing fences. The program uses therapeutic horseback riding to support riders' physical and emotional well-being. Volunteers in Statesboro helped fight hunger by sorting food, packing meal boxes, and prepping lunches for local families. Food bank leaders say that the donations help, but giving time makes a big difference, and anyone can stop by to volunteer. Our 4th annual Schools Out Summer Food Drive rolls on as we continue the fight to help stamp out local hunger. Once again, we're teaming up with Second Harvest and Food Lion to fight rising food insecurity with students on their summer break. Every donation will help fill backpacks with nutritious food to ensure kids won't go hungry. We have a list of items we are requesting, as well as a full schedule of our live collection events this month on our website. You can visit wsav.com/food drive or scan the QR code on your screen.